Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So for today's agenda, we have an introduction. We have Access HRA overview, Access HRA SNAP application, Access HRA mobile app, and HRA resources. So what can clients use the Access HRA website for? Clients can apply for SNAP and cash benefits. Clients can recertify for SNAP and cash benefits, submit SNAP periodic report, request SNAP case changes and SNAP case closure, request cash assistance case changes, request cash assistance special grants, enroll in Fair Fares NYC, and print Medicaid renewal form. In addition to this, clients can also view case status, case details, EBT balance, agency notices, upcoming appointments, edit contact information, and request budget letters. So basically, this is how the SNAP application through Access HRA will go. It's like a workflow. So first, we're going to complete and submit the SNAP application. Then we're going to receive a confirmation page. The second step would be to submit the documents, and the final step would be the phone interview. So now I'm going to take you to the Access HRA homepage, where we're going to start the SNAP application. So this is the Access HRA homepage. The URL is www.nyc.gov/accesshra. The website is available in 7 languages, which are listed across the top of the page. The languages are English, Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, Korean, Haitian, Creole, and Russian. The text on the screen can be instantly translated to any of the 7 languages, and the website is also formatted for text-to-speech screen readers. So for example, let's say if you work in assistant a client like Spanish speaking, and you select Spanish, the entire page will be translated in the language that the client chooses to complete the application. So I just wanted to show you guys that those options are available. But before getting started, I would like to highlight some of the features in the website. So if you were to scroll down in the middle of the page, you will find the office location links. In order to protect clients and staff during the health emergency, HRA has consolidated its Job, SNAP, and Medicaid central location. The updated hour and operation are found in the location link, in the office location link. So right now, some of the office are still closed, or they're working, or the hours have changed. So if a client by any chance have to go to one of these job centers, here they can find the ones that are open and the hours of operation. Under the office location, you can also find the Access HRA user guide. The user guide is a great resource for both clients and community providers, with detailed screenshot of Access HRA and its various features. We recommend that anyone using the Access HRA keep the user guide easily accessible. And finally, at the bottom of the page, you will find the Access HRA document upload app. This link will direct you to a tutorial video on how to submit documents using the Access HRA mobile app. I will be showing the video later on the presentation. So now we're going to start the SNAP application. So in order to start a SNAP application, the SNAP application, if somebody does not have yet an account, then we have to create an Access HRA account. In order to create an Access HRA account, a person will need a username or email address, a password, and a security question. We recommend using email address because it's easier to, if let's say the client forget the password, it's more easier to reset your password if you have an email address. However, some people don't have email address, and they can create the username using first name, last name, date of birth, and other characters. So we're gonna proceed, and we're gonna create an account. We're gonna enter a password. And we're gonna choose a security question. And we're gonna agree to the terms, and we're gonna click create account. Once the account is successfully created, you will see this message where it says, welcome, your account was successfully created in green. If there is an issue when you creating the account, let's say you maybe the email is not matching or the password is not matching, you will get a red error message here, meaning that the account has not been created. So you will be able to fix whatever error whatever mistake you enter when you will enter your credentials. So now we're gonna click continue. And now we're going to log in with the credentials we just created. So we have logged in into the account. So when first log in into the account, and you're gonna come to the Find My Case page. In the Find My Case page is basically if the client already had a case or Access HRA case, they can connect the case to this account, and they can do that by entering the date of birth, their social security number, or the SIN number, and that's how they will be connecting their case to this account. However, for this training, we're gonna skip this section because we don't have a case. This is the first time that we created an account. So if it's the first time you never had a case, you just select skip. And it brings you to the select application page. The select application screen basically lists all the type of benefits for which clients can submit application via Access HRA. So clients can apply for SNAP, they can apply for cash assistance. Clients can apply for Medicaid through Access HRA, but if they click on the Medicaid, they will be redirected to the New York State Health website where they will be applied for Medicaid. The only thing clients can do in terms of Medicaid through Access HRA is print out the Medicaid renewal form. And for Fairfax NYC, the clients also, we have the clients, if the client is the head of the case, they're the only ones that would be able to apply for Fairfax NYC through Access HRA. But if they have any other family members in the case, they will have to go to the Fairfax NYC website and apply for this 50% discount MetroCard, right? So those are the benefits that clients can apply through Access HRA. So we're gonna select SNAP since we're doing the SNAP application. And here it gives a outline of how the application process will go. So first would be to complete and submit the application. The second step would be to return the documents. And the third step would be to have the interview. So we're gonna click next to move to the next step. And here it brings us to the application registration page. This is where the head of the case, meaning the person applying for the SNAP, will be entering his or her information. All right, so we're gonna proceed. We enter with the first name, last name. I wanted to say that all the section that has required, those section must be answered. You cannot leave those sections blank. name, gender, date of birth, what language does the client prefer to speak? So if you click on the drop-down, there are several language available where options the client can choose what language do they prefer to speak, and also what language do they prefer to receive the reading notices as well. Click next. And here they want the address for the client. So I just want to show you, for example, if there is a client that is homeless, meaning street homeless, does not have an address, does not have a PO box, there's options available for them to receive the reading notices. So basically we have to check here where it said currently homeless, and we'll check this also saying that the mailing address is the same as the resident address, and you click next. And what it gives you the 5 major post office that are available in New York City. And the client, we have the option to choose one of those major post office. They are in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, in the Bronx. So there is a major post office in all 5 boroughs. The client can choose one of those where they can receive their mailing. However, clients, we have 30 days to pick up the mailing for this post office, whichever they choose. After 30 days, the mailing will go back to the sender, right? So I just wanted to show you that those options are available for somebody that is homeless or don't have a PO box or don't have an address. This option is available. So now we're gonna enter our address. They want to know if the mailing address is the same as the resident address. I'm selecting yes, so I click next. And it brings us to the contact information. This is for the phone number. It's very important that the clients provide a phone number where they can be contacted, a working phone number. Right now, due to the pandemics, the interviews are being conducted via phone. So it's very important to provide a phone number that where the clients can be reached even after hours, right? So you enter the phone number. And if the client has an additional phone number, can also enter that here. Here, the client have the option if they want to receive text messages, notification, they can do that. That's completely optional. If they want to receive information via email, they can also do that. They can enter the email address here. That's optional. Click next. And now we're going through the house law section. Basically, in the house law section, the head of the case must include information for each house law member that live in their home, including age, relationship to the head of the case, and immigration status, right? So in this section, they're going to ask more questions in terms about the client, like health information, any information about any other names that the client have used, and if the client wants to add or had additional members that would be part of the case. This is where that information is going to go. So here, basically, this is the client applying for the benefits. This is her information. They want to know if the client had ever had a different name. Again, the answer to these questions are case by case basis. So I'm selecting no, but of course, if you had a client that had by a different name, you would select yes, so you will provide the information. Communication preference, this is completely optional. You don't have to answer the question, but for example, in terms of title, if the client has a legal name that the client prefer to go by, you can enter the information here. Or how do the client would like to be addressed, right? In terms of the pronouns, you can select that. and the Social Security for the client. Click next. They want to know marital status of the client, and if you click on the drop down, you can see the several options available: a widow, single, never married, divorce, formal separation. So these are the options available to choose, right? And for this training, I'm selecting single, never married. Since the client is a female, they're asking if the client is pregnant. I'm selecting no. And in terms of race, ethnicity, clients have the option to select as many options that they identify themselves, right? They don't have to just pick one. They can pick as many as they identify themselves. They want to know if the client is Hispanic or Latino. They want to know if the client is a veteran. And immigration status. When it comes to immigration status, it can be somebody that is USA citizen or somebody that is a green card holder. Click next. And they want to know what type of housing type that the client is receiving. And if you click on the drop down, you can see all the available options. If the client is rented an apartment or a house, if it lives in a congregate care facility, domestic violence shelter, if it's a homeowner, if it lives in NYCHA or rental rooms, so all these options are available. I'm selecting rented an apartment in a house. And they want to know if the client is blind or low in vision. So I'm going to select no, but I want to show you, let's say you're working with you said that you're working with a client, the client has some type of vision impairment. You select yes. That client has option in terms of how they can receive the reading notices. So they can choose if they want to see reading notices in large print, data CD, audio CD, or Braille, right? So for any person that have any type of vision impairment, these options are available. They want to know if the client's daily activity temporarily limited because of an illness, disability, or injury. Selecting no, and these questions that you can see they're required. You have to answer those questions. They want to know if the client is enrolled in an outpatient drug or alcohol treatment program. And school information. School information is completely optional. You do not have to complete this section unless you prefer to do so. They want to know if the client is a seasonal farm worker. Selecting no, clicking next. And they want to know if there is anyone in the household. So this is where the client, let's say the client has other family members living with them in the house, where they will enter those that other member information. That does not mean that that person is applying for benefits. That just means that they are part of the family composition. So the client is entering their information in here. So I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna walk you to the step in how to add a family member to the application. Select next. They want to know the name of the additional household member that lives with the client. So we're going to enter the information. They want to know that person's date of birth. They want to know that person's gender. And they want to know what is this person's relationship to the head of the case. So if you click on the drop down, there is this all options available. It can be the person's spouse, adopted son, a brother, a cousin, the father, the grandfather. So these are all the options available in terms of what is the relationship between this person and the head of the case. I'm selecting this is the person's son. Click next. So now they want information about the client's son, right? The same information they ask about the client in terms of health, name, address, social security. They're going to ask all the information for this other additional household member, right? So one of the things they want to know if the client and this other additional member share food in the house, right? So I'm selecting yes. Click next. They want to know the client's son's social security number. and marital status of the client's son. Single, never married. They want to know if he, however, had a different name, selecting no. Again, race and ethnicity, whichever that person identified themselves. If he Hispanic or Latino. If he is a veteran. If he is a veteran, selecting no. And immigration status. They want to know if he is blind or low in vision. I'm going to select yes for the purpose of this training, and I'm going to select that he wants to receive their notice, the reading notices in large print. They want to know if his daily activity temporarily limited because of an illness, disability, or injury. They want to know if he is enrolled in an outpatient drug or alcohol treatment program. And again, school information, which is not required to complete unless the client wants to do that. They want to know if he's a seasonal farm worker. Click next. And if there is anyone else in the household. So if the client has more family members that that he or she would like to add to the case, then they will select yes, and then we just complete the same step that we just did. And that's how they can add all the family members that live in the house or that are part of the family composition. So I'm gonna select no, click next. They wanna know if anyone in the household, an adult who is homebound or in need of home visit. Right, so as you can see, these questions are required. You have to answer those questions. I'm selecting no, but again, if there's a client, someone that is in homebound and need a home visit, you would select yes. Anybody in the household receiving SNAP benefit outside New York City, selecting no. Anybody in the household in violation of probation or parole, anyone in the household fleeing to avoid persecution, custody, confinement for a felony, or if anybody in the household has ever been disqualified from receiving SNAP benefit because of fraud or intentional program violation. I'm selecting no, click next. And here it gives you the opportunity for you to review the information that we have entered so far in the application, like home address, mailing address, contact information. If there is any section that you need to make any correction or add more information, you can click on edit, and you can go in that section and make the correction necessary or add more information if you wish to. If you see that all the information entered so far is correct, you basically just go all the way to the bottom, you click next, and it's going to bring you to the income section. In the income section, the applicant must include money household members earn from working at a job or from self-employment. This includes unemployment benefits, workers' compensation, social security benefit, child support, and supplemental security income. So this is the section when the client will be entering all the income information that they have at the time that they're applying for the benefits, right? So they want to know if the client is currently working. So for today's training, I will use the example that yes, she's currently working. I'm going to click next. They want to know if she's working for herself or she's working for another person. She's working for another person. So now they're asking for the employer information here, right? So we're going to proceed and we're going to enter the information. If the client is not working or receiving unemployment, then they can choose the option. I'm choosing this just for today's training. So she's working at a salon. They want to know the phone number. And they want to know the employer address. Click next. They want to know what type of job is this, and you click in the drop down and you have all these options available. So I'm putting beauty. They want to know how often does the client gets paid. I put in every 2 weeks. They want to know if she received any overtime tips or extra pay from this job. I'm selecting no. They want to know how many hours does she works per pay period. She's working part-time, so whatever time, put in 20 hours. They want to know her most two recent paycheck, how much did she make? You put that information. They want to know if she has health insurance with this employer. Selecting yes for the purpose of this training. And they want to know when did she start working at this job, right? Click next. They want to know if she has worked in any other jobs in the last 30 days. I'm selecting no. Click next. They want to know if she has stopped working in the last 30 days, including being on strike. I'm selecting no. Click next. They want to know if she's receiving Social Security or Social Supplemental income. I'm selecting no. However, this answer would depend of whether the client is receiving these benefits or not. Clicking next. They want to know if she's receiving unemployment benefits. I'm selecting no. Click next. And they want to know if she's receiving child support on behalf of a child. Selecting no. Click next. They want to know if the client gets help to pay for bills like rent or grocery. I'm selecting no. Click next. If let's say the client does receive help to pay either for rent or grocery, and the answer to this question would be yes. What yes that we prompt is to state the name of the person that is helping you pay for this rent or grocery, right? Click next. And they want to know if the client receiving any other income, and by any other income, they mean, like, for example, if the client receiving retirement, such a pension or annuity, any type of benefits like sick disability benefits, military allotment, veterans benefits. In terms of property taxes, they want to know if the client is receiving some type of payment for property sold or rental income, saving funds such as trust funds payment, dividends or interest. Insurance payments such as workers' compensation, disability insurance, health accident or no-fault insurance payment, or any other type of income, right? Such as foster care, kinship, adoption assistance, education grants or loans, alimony, any other income that the client may be receiving at the time. If the client is not receiving any of this, then you select no, and you click next. And now they want to know income information about the client's son. They want to know if he's working, right? So I'm going to select no, he's not working at the time. Click next. They want to know if he stopped working in the last 30 days, including being on strike. Selecting no. Click next. They want to know if he received Social Security or Social Supplemental income. So I'm going to select yes, he does. Click next. And they want to know which type of social supplemental income he's receiving, right? And these are the options available. You have Social Security income, Social Disability income, Social Retirement income, Social Security Survivor's Benefit, Social Security Dependence Benefit, right? I'm stating he's receiving Social Security Disability. And they want to know when did he start receiving this. You put the information there. They want to know how much he's receiving. And if he receives any other Social Security or any other social supplemental income, selecting no, click next. They want to know if he's receiving unemployment benefits, selecting no, click next. And if he's receiving child support on behalf of a child, selecting no, click next. And does he get help to pay for bills like rent and grocery? Selecting no, click next. And they want to know if he's receiving any other income. The same they ask for the client, they're asking for him. And the same any other income we went over, like benefits like retirement or disability benefits, any other income that he may be receiving. I'm selecting no. Click next. And here, this is the income section. This is the review. So basically, the client is making the monthly income of $1,000 a month. And then we have the son that received $400 in Social Security disability, right? So this is the income for the household. We click next. And basically here is telling you the total monthly income for this household is $1,400 a month, right? So here is asking you this monthly income is correct. Based on the information we entered, this information is correct. So we select yes. If by any chance, it depends of the income or the information you enter. If you see that a monthly income calculation is not correct, which that can happen sometimes, you have here the opportunity, you can say no. And what does it do? It allows you for you to enter that income manually. The income that you think is correct, you can enter the income here manually, right? So just wanted to show you that you have that option available. In this case, this is correct. So I'm selecting yes, and then we go to the next section. Here, basically, we go into the expenses section. So in this section, basically, it requests information on bills and expenses that the household pay each month, including rent or mortgage payment, electricity, heat, childcare, or pay or unpaid medical bills. So this is where the client is gonna document all the expenses that they have for the household, right? They want to know the client pay any of these utility bills, and here are the options available. Selecting yes, you click next. Once you do that, they ask you what type of utility bill the client pays, and these are all the options available. Can have heating, electricity, water, trash removal, gas for cooking, or any other utility that the client pays, right? I'm selecting electricity. They want to know how often do the clients pay this bill? Monthly. And how much do the clients pay? They want to know that the client gets a separate bill from the rent. I'm selecting yes. The reason this question is asked because depending on the living arrangement of the client, some people live in places where light and gas is included, so they do not get a separate bill. Or some people, if they rent in a room, they pay that to somebody else, so they do not get that separate from the rent. So it depends on the living arrangement of the client at the time. They want to know if anybody helps the client pay for this bill. I'm selecting no. And if the client has any other utility bill. So if the client has any other utility bill, you will select yes, and you will just proceed to do the same steps that we just did. You will select what type of utility bill, how often the clients pay, and if the client get it separate from the bill, right? So I'm selecting no, moving on, click next. They want to know if clients pay for air conditioning, either in the electric bill or a separate fee, right? So if you have a client that does pay for air conditioning, you select yes, so you would put that information. I know a lot of NYCHA residents, they do pay for air conditioning. So if that's the case, you select yes, so you will enter the information. Click next. And they want to know if the household has any of the following: rent or mortgage bills. So I'm selecting yes. Click next. And they want to know what type of rent or mortgage bill, right? So these are the options available. You have rent, you can have mortgage, mobile home loan, home equity loan, homeowners insurance, fire insurance, property taxes, co-op condo maintenance. So, there are different options. There is homeowners that also apply for these type of benefits. So these are the options available. I'm selecting rent. Again, they want to know who do they pay the rent to, right? Pay to the landlord. How often do they pay the rent? Monthly. And how much do they pay? They want to know if anybody gets help to pay this bill. Saying no. And they want to know if the client has any other rent or mortgage bill. I'm selecting no. But again, if the client will have any additional or other type of bill or mortgage bill, you will select yes. I'm selecting no, click next. They want to know if anyone in the household pay legally obligated child support. When they say legally obligated child support, this is child support mandated by the court, right? So if anybody pays that, you will select whether yes or no. And you click next. And they want to know if anyone in the household pay for the care of a child or the care of an adult. That can be like babysitting, or if you pay for dependent adult care, that would be yes, and you will proceed to enter the information. I'm selecting no, click next. They want to know if anyone in the household have paid or unpaid medical bills within the last 3 months, right? So if you have a client that has any type of unpaid medical bills within the last 3 months, then the answer will be yes to that question. Selecting no, click next. And here again, it gives you opportunity to review the expenses section. Again, if there is you see an error, you need to make any correction, you can click edit on the section that you need to modify. But if all the information you see so far is correct, you click next. And basically, this is the application summary. The summary section provides an opportunity for the applicant to do a final review of entries before submitting the application. This is the last chance to make any edit before you submit the application. So basically here is the information that we enter from the beginning to the end. Address, mailing address, contact information is very important to go over to make sure that all the information is correct. Contact information is accurate. If all the information you see here is correct, then you would click next. This is the last opportunity to make any correction. So if you have to make any correction to the application, you go on the section you want to do it and you click edit and you can modify that section. You will not be able to make any other correction after you submit the application until you have that interview, that phone interview. So if all the information here is correct, there is nothing to be modified or you don't need to add any additional information. You click next. And this is basically you consenting. You select that, you're consenting to have, click next. And authorized representative. So let's say if you have a person, you're working with a case manager, and they are helping you in completing this application, and you want to appoint, the client want to appoint that person as the representative, they can do, they can say here yes. If they want to appoint a case manager or somebody that is helping them, and they select yes, what do we have to do? They have this authorized representative request form. So first here would be the name of the person that you are appointing to be your representative. Enter the name, the last name, the phone number, that person address, or that a person organization. If this is a case manager that is assisting you, you're going to enter the information there. In addition to that, this form here, you will click on this form. And this form will have to be completed. The client will have to be complete this form, right? Basically stating the information and who they are appointing as the representative, right? And in this section here, they can choose if they are appointing that person for the staff benefits or for recertification or all of the above. So they will have to complete this form, and this form will have to be returned to HRA benefit specialists with the other documents that they're going to be asking for. So I just wanted to show you that, if that's the case that you want to do that. Select no, click next. Here, this is voter registration, so you can select, you click that, you here, you are agreeing to rights and your responsibilities. And here, basically, you are agreeing to sign this application electronically. This is the date, this is the borough. Here will be the initial. Click next. And here, basically, that application was submitted. So now this is the confirmation page. The confirmation page provides the date and timestamp of the submission of the application. Also provides a confirmation number where the client can follow up with the status of the application with this confirmation number. So this is very important information, right? In addition to that, it provides a list of all the documents that the client have to return to HRA in order for the application to be processed. So it tells all the documents that they have to return. So this is basically how that SNAP application is done through Access HRA. It also gives that estimate time when we have the interview, which is via phone. So this is basically how a SNAP application is done through the Access HRA website. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the mobile app upload. So to show you how to return the documents right now due to the pandemic, right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. So the Access HRA mobile app is free to download and can be found on Google Play or on the Apple Store. When one search for the Access HRA mobile app, the result will be an icon with a yellow apple and the New York City skyline. Once downloaded, clients will be able to log in using the same credential they used when they created the Access HRA account on the website, right? So there they will enter the information here and it will bring them to the Find My Case page, the same that we saw on the website. And that's how here, excuse me, a client will be able to connect their case by entering the date of birth, their social security number, or the SIN number, right? So they will be able to connect the case by entering that information. Once they're able to connect the case by entering the information, clients will be brought to the home page in the mobile app when clients can see details information about the case. They can see how many cases they have, if the cases are active or they're closed. Appointments, they can see if they have any upcoming appointments or upcoming recertifications. They can see if they have any in terms of documents, if they have any pending documents that they need to submit. They can see payments information, alerts. They can see alerts in terms of, for example, if they submit their documents, if they will receive, or any type of alerts regarding the case, right? Clients can do that all through the mobile app. One of the main reasons that we encourage clients to download the Access HRA mobile app is because, unfortunately, right now, clients cannot submit documents via Access HRA website or via email. You know, they can do it through the mobile app, or they will have to drop it at the center or mail it or fax it. And right now, due to the pandemic, the mobile app is one of the safest way and the fastest way to submit documents, right? That's what we encourage for clients to download this app. In terms of case detail information, for example, clients can see, let's say if they are receiving cash assistance, they can see this active. Clients can see, for example, if they're not enrolling Fairfax NYC, like I was saying before, the head of the case only can do that through here. They will be able to enroll to Fairfax NYC through the mobile app, the head of the case. Any other additional member in the case, we have to go to the Fairfax NYC website. In terms of payments, clients can view details, information about the payments they are receiving. If they are receiving payments, let's say like cash assistance payment, they can see how much they're receiving. They can see if the money got cash or if the money was canceled. They can see the next upcoming payment. If they're receiving, let's say, housing allowance or rent allowance, they can see if HRA paid the benefits and to who they pay the payment, right? Who the payment went to. They can see that through their mobile app. They can monitor the entire case through the mobile app. So they can see all the information there. In addition to that, the clients can request budget letters through the mobile app, right? They can do that. They can go and they can request a budget letter. They can see, for example, if they have submitted any documents, they can see the document that they have submitted or they have been posted through the case. They can do that through the mobile app. They can get e-notices directly to their phone, information like in terms of you recently sent a document or you have an upcoming appointment or this document is pending, they can see the information as well. And here basically is talking about how clients can upload documents through the mobile app. I'm not gonna go too much in detail about this slide because I'm gonna be showing the video, which is gonna basically, this is explaining what the video is gonna be showing. So I'm not gonna go in details for this slide. In here in the profile section, clients can go in the profile section through the mobile app and they can update their contact information. For example, if the client phone number changed, they can go and they can edit the information, right? They can go in the profile and they can enter the new phone number. The same thing with the mailing address. If they have moved, they can update the information themselves in the profile section, right? If they want to change the language notice, they can go and they can edit the information. If they decide they want to go paperless, they can go and they can update the information through the profile. If they want to provide an alternative number, if they want to change their notification preference, right? They can do that all through that profile. They don't have to be calling for the HRA worker to do that for them. They're able to do that. In addition to that, in terms of contact information, clients can also see, for example, where does if there are HRA is paying the rent, where the payment is going, and they can change that information through the mobile app in terms of, let's say, the landlord home address change or the location of the landlord has changed. They can update that information, right? And now, in terms of anything with the case, clients can do that through here. Clients can also register to vote through the mobile app if they wish to. They can do that as well. And now I'm gonna show you the video. This is the video how to upload documents through the mobile app. It's a very short video, but also you can go and watch this video again on the link. So client will select the Access HRA mobile app icon. They will sign in with the same credential they created when they created in the website. They will select upload. They will select at the top of the screen. They will accept the disclaimer. They will select case member, case document that they want to upload. They will take a picture on that flat surface. Once the picture is clear and ready to upload, they will select yes. And that's how the document will be uploaded. After they submit the documents, after between 5 to 7 business days, clients can come and go to my document section and see the document that they have uploaded through the mobile app. And that's how easy and fast is to submit documents through the mobile app. They will have to do one by one and upload one by one into the section that they need to provide the document. One important thing about that is that once clients upload the documents through the mobile app, that document gets a date and time stamp when the document was uploaded. So it will say the date and the time that a document was uploaded. So for example, if the client can use that to advocate for themselves. Let's say the HRA benefit specialist come and say, oh, you never submitted that document, or we never received the document. Clients can go on that document section and they can pull out the documents that they in time that they submitted, so they can use that to advocate for themselves. Like I say, it's one of the safest and fastest way to submit documents during this time. And that's why we recommend for clients to download that mobile app. And here we have reasonable accommodation for people with disability. Clients can call the 212-331-4640, or they can submit the reasonable accommodation request 102C form, right? This form also can be available through the Access HRA website. And this is basically how we submit an application, STAMP application, and that's the presentation from the DSS outreach. Thank you so much.
If anybody has any questions, they can submit them in the chat. I just want to share my screen for a second, just to advertise the services that we provide here at Nazareth Housing. So right now we're advertising these services: SNAP enrollment, housing applications, Louis Pantry, unemployment enrollment, rent arrears, financial coaching, and utility arrears. We are all providing these services at this time. If you would like to make an appointment with the caseworker, you can contact the main line, 212-777-1010, and it will direct you to the appropriate extension.
Thank you all so much on behalf of the Department of Social Services. We really appreciate your attention and your time. We hope that this presentation was helpful to you all. I've been taking in questions at the chat. I think I've covered most. I will, hang out for a couple extra minutes. If anyone has any other questions, please type them in the chat and we will get back to you with a response. Thank you all so much.